All right, everybody, should be the last video, third and final video. I surely hope so I can go ahead and do my geometry. The number of subscribers to a newsletter decreased from 3,900 to 3,549. What was the percent of decrease? First, you have to calculate the actual decrease by doing 3,900 minus 3,549. Using the calculator, that gives me 351. So I always put the decrease over the original, which is 3,900, and you're going to get a decimal. Gives me 0.09. To change that to a percent, you move your decimal place over 2 times to the right. This gives me 9% as my answer. 5 tasks every 4 days. Let T represent the number of tasks it can do in 31 days. This should remind you of a proportion. If I have tasks on top, I need to make sure I have what I'm looking for. T represents the number of tasks on top, and C will be my correct answer. Y equals 1 is the horizontal line. If you forget, find the coordinate here, -4, 1. And the coordinate here, 3, 1. It doesn't matter what point you find on this line, your Y will always be 1. A is your correct answer. Remember, points are in the form x, comma, y. Here I want to simplify -2x plus 46 from both sides. My signs are different. I subtract, get 44. Take the sign of the bigger number, which is negative, and then subtract both sides by -2. Remember that a negative divided by a negative is a positive. My answer is positive 22, A. Find the quotient. Make sure you change the division to multiplication. My answer should be negative because I have a positive and a negative. Really, I didn't even have to do this problem since it is multiple choice. I only have one negative option, and times 9/4. So I can cancel here. 4 goes into 12 3 times itself once. That gives me -27. D is the correct answer. What is the x-coordinate of the point at which the line intersects the x-axis? This is the problem that I was asked to make sure that I put on this video by my 6th period. So here it goes. First, the x-axis is called the x-intercept. You also have to know that at the x-intercept, the value of y is 0. Here is not enough information to know exactly where this line is going to cross the axis. You don't know where it's going to cross, so we have to do the work and figure this one out. And that's the reason why these type of problems we definitely can eliminate A from our answer choices because x is positive on this side. So that gives me a 1 in 3 shot of getting it right. To get it right, you want to make sure that you find the equation of this line, make y equal to 0, solve for x, and that will give you your x-intercept and your x-coordinate. To find the equation of the line, you first start by finding your slope, which will be 5 minus 3 over -4 minus 1. This gives me 2 over -5. I knew my slope had to be negative because the line was decreasing. If I had anything else, it will cause alarm and I did something wrong. I need to go back and fix it. I'll pick this point since I'm dealing with a fractional slope. I like to have the 1 in there. If I use y equals mx plus b, and you can also use point slope form if you prefer, and substitute my values in. Remember x and y. Simplify. Remember 1 times anything is itself. Add 2 over 5 to both sides because we're trying to find the equation of the line, and we need our y-intercept, also known as b. We need common denominators in order to add these two fractions together. Remember, this is over 1. We multiply 1 times 5, so we have to multiply 3 times 5. B is equal to 17 over 5. The equation of this line is y equals -2 over 5x plus 17 over 5. I just have to make y equal to 0 and solve. So 0 equals -2 over 5x plus 17 over 5. Subtract 17 over 5 from both sides. Negative 17 over 5 equals negative 2 over 5x. Multiply both sides by negative 5 over 2. Not only do I want to get rid of the 2 over 5, but I also want to get rid of the negative sign. So I'm going to multiply negative times a negative so I can make it a positive. The 5's cancel here. The negatives cancel here. I get x is equal to 17 over 2. 17 over 2. 2 goes into 17 8 times with 1 left over. My answer is B. B is the correct answer. You could have multiplied everything by 5 in this equation here if you wanted to get 5y equals negative 2x plus 17 before putting in 0 for your y. That's a personal preference. You don't have to. You can do it either way. Either way, you should get the same answer if you do it correctly. Okay, what property is this? This is associative property. My parentheses are moving. Simplify 15x minus 10y plus 2x plus 4y minus 9x plus 6y. My x is 15x plus 2x, that's 17x. 17x minus 9x, that's 8x. Negative 10y plus 4y gives me negative 6y. Negative 6y plus 6y, all of my y's cancel each other out. My answer is A, 8x. What's the equation of the line with DE? All that is making sure you know your slope. Your slope is negative. You should get rid of A and D. My slope is negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. My slope is negative 5. And then this is all in point slope form. Remember, it is on your reference sheet. So if we use this point for point slope form, my x is 7, my y is 8. Here, my x is 8, my y is 3. This gives me y minus 8 equals negative 5 times x minus 7. That is my answer choice, so I don't have to do this one because I know that this is my answer. Here is a horizontal line. I'm trying to find the equation of the line CD, this horizontal line. My y coordinates are the same. Y equals 8. A is the correct answer. Associative property, you should choose B. My parentheses move what it's associating together. 525 plus, so I'm dealing with plus, so I should automatically get rid of this one. And I want to know what my cost is equal to, so I should get rid of D as well. And I don't want to multiply my 525 times H, which is what that does because you distribute it. I only want to pay the 525 a one-time fee and then 50 cents per hour. So that means my correct answer will be A. Graph of 2x is B. This is the only one that's increasing up to the right one. Write equation in slope-intercept form that has this information. First, you need to change this in point form. And then you need to find your slope. This gives me 12 over 4, which is 3. Then you use either point you want. I'll use this one and write the equation of the line. Since the last time I did it in slope-intercept form, this time I will do it in point-slope form and convert to slope-intercept form. This will give me y minus 7 is equal to 3 times parentheses x minus 6. So I distribute on the right 3x minus 18 and then add 7 to both sides. It gives me y equals 3x minus 11. And that is my answer. If you did this in slope-intercept form, you should have gotten a B of negative 11. The range is my y, get rid of my x. It's going from 5 to 35. A is the correct answer. Which one represents a function? D, the vertical line test does not pass for A, B, or C. Okay, let me do one of these just before I end this video. This will be the last couple of problems, absolute value. You have to get the absolute value on the side by itself. It has to be on the side by itself. It means that x is equal to 8 and x is equal to -8. Both of those will work. Add 2 to both sides. You get x minus 2 is equal to 9. You have to break it up into two equations. One with a positive 9, one with a negative 9. That's the only way you can take your absolute value sign off. And then you solve. X is equal to 11 or x is equal to -7. Here the absolute value is already on the side by itself, so you just set up your two equations. Everything in the absolute value stays the same. Add 4 to both sides, so from here we're just solving. Divide both sides by 5. X is equal to 9 over 5. Add 4 to both sides. This time we get 5x equals -1. Divide both sides by 5. X is equal to -1 over 5. X is equal to 9 over 5 or -1 over 5. X plus 6 is equal to 3. X plus 6 is equal to -3. Subtract 6 from both sides. X is equal to -3. Subtract 6 from both sides. X is equal to -9. X is equal to -3 or x is equal to -9. And this will be the last problem. I have 4x plus 2 is equal to 3. This is a great problem to pause it and do it yourself to make sure you understand how to finish this out. Subtract 2 from both sides. 4x is equal to 1. Divide both sides by 4. X is equal to 1/4. Subtract both sides by 2. 4x is equal to -5. Divide both sides by 4. X is equal to -5 over 4. X is equal to positive 1/4, -5 over 4. Alrighty, hope you enjoyed it. Hope this was helpful. Hope you picked up another version so you can see it a little bit better than the conversion of the other files. See you all on your midterm day.